Please welcome Coach Mike Martin.
Thank you. How y'all think I feel? I mean, we're right here with a great, wonderful Seminole football group. I'm trying to follow Odell, who's what a wonderful Seminole, and you got the others that are just Mickey and Charlie Barnes and Rob Wilson. Makes me feel like Liz Taylor's 8th husband on honeymoon night. What a great honor it is to be here to recognize a man that I truly feel makes Florida State what it is today. Think about it. He's done so much for so many people, but he's always been humble. He's always been a guy that you could always ask for certain things, like just I guess it's about 2 months ago when the wins record was established. They did a nice little thing over at the baseball field, and of course, accommodating Coach Bowden had a couple of nice things to say. One of the things that he said to me was, "Mike, man, that's a lot of wins. That's amazing, huh? Of course, I ain't got no chance to win that many." But he said, "You got a whole lot more losses than I got." I just want to say to all of you, thanks for being here and making this a memorable night for all of us. But the guy that means so much to all of us is a guy that I love to call him the man, because that's what he is. He's the man. We love you, Coach Bowden.
All right. Peter Ward told me he wasn't going to come up here and speak. What do you think? Do you think we should have Peter Ward come up here and say something? Huh? Come here, Peter. Come on. I got to tell you.
Yes, sir.
I love that jacket. Did you pick that up locally?
From Dillard's.
From Dillard's?
I knew you was going to like that. That's pretty quick. That was a good one? Yeah. Actually, Coach B, I'm going to be honest. First of all, I want to say we love you, Miss Ann. First thing I'm going to do is give you a hug. Hey, Coach, I was sitting over there thinking about something that I could say funny, but I really didn't have nothing to say funny. I was just thinking about my 2 moments about you as a person.
Hold the mic closer.
The first one was when we played against Tennessee. I can remember we lost the national championship, and I was in the locker room crying. And you came to me, and when you came to me, you said, "Pete, why are you crying?" I said, "Coach, we prayed about this game, and we went out there and lost." And you looked me straight in the eye and you said, "Pete, you think the other team don't pray too?" Yeah, I was mad about that. You told me, you said, Pete, you have to walk by faith and not by sight. And I know you probably didn't know, but that was one of the reasons that I came back from my senior year, because I wanted to walk by faith and not by sight. And I thank God that I did, because I got an opportunity to, my second best moment was when we won the national championship, and I got to see you hold that ball. That was a special moment. And I just want to say happy 90th birthday. I love you. And I just want to just give you a hug, man. Appreciate everything.
Not to be outdone, take a look at these other offensive guys.
Coach, what's up? It's Snoop. Coach, I just want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. I'm so happy that God bless you to see this day. It's such a blessing. I hope you enjoy yourself. All right? You mean so much to me, and I love you so much. Miss Ann, get some peanut butter sandwich. Celebrate, baby. God bless. Love you, Coach.
Hey, Coach Bowden, this is Roberto Aguayo. Just want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. Hope it's the best one yet.
Coach Bowden, I want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. I love you. I appreciate you. You did everything to me and then some. Thank you. You did well.
Hi, Coach Bowden. William Floyd here, wishing you a happy 90th birthday. That's amazing. Everybody always says Coach Bowden is a saint. I say Coach Bowden is a prophet, because everything you told me came true. You said I helped you win your first national championship, I play in the NFL, and I get my degree. And everything you said came true. So again, Coach, I love you and happy birthday. God bless.
We have a video that we're going to share from the first man of Florida. If we could please see the video presentation by our governor, Governor DeSantis.
Hi, this is Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida, wishing our great coach, Bobby Bowden, a happy 90th birthday. Bobby, you set the standard as a head coach. You made Florida State one of the greatest programs in the history of college sports. You did it all with class and integrity. I respect you enormously, and I'm so glad that you're still healthy at age 90. God bless you, my friend.
Not very many people get a personal message from the governor. You must be a big deal. All right. There was another group that definitely was a big part of your success, I think you would say, who wanted to share a birthday message to you, and that is the marching chiefs, the marching. It's going to be our time to sing Happy Birthday on cue, okay? Everybody get ready. We've got a birthday cake coming. And it might just set the sprinklers off. Led by our cheer squad and from the University Center Club membership and events directors, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you. Well, that poofed out at the right time, so I could see everybody. We're going to cut this cake in just a few minutes for the top for the table here. But the other thing that we want to do is present to you Coach Bowden, and we still are going to have you up in just a few minutes after we have our sponsor. And again, we want to thank Prime Meridian Bank for this. Are you having a good time? Yes. Okay. Prime Meridian Bank is a big part of why you're having a big time. And Coach, the Quarterback Club always sends our speakers and our event headliners away with a little gift. And this year we decided, this year we decided to up the ante a little bit. And what we've done is we've got you some keys. Keys to your own brand new personal golf cart over here in the corner. Seminole golf cart. Before you leave, we got to get a picture of you sitting in that driver's seat, okay? All right. Or if Miss Ann's going to drive you around, we'll get her in there. But thank you, ladies, for coming up. That's a lot of people pitched in, and we're going to share with you the list of folks that pitched in, the Tallahassee Quarterback Club, and I don't have my list with you, but several of you are in the crowd that participated, and I don't want to miss anybody, so we're going to get it, make sure it's in the card. But a lot of very special people participated, some of your former players. In fact, if you're here and you participated, go ahead and stand up. I don't mean to point you out, but a few people said, I'm in on helping, and I know there's some folks here, Paul and Mary Ann Broom, Richard McMullen, Charlie Ward, I can't see Aaron Dinger. Stand up, everybody who participated. Over here, Miss Susie Brown says she used to cut your hair when you come to Jacksonville. Susie Brown. Okay. We got Gary Fogelman over here. And so anyway, it's a full charge in it. So it's all ready to go, a full charge. All right? So at this time, because we want to get to Coach Bowden, we want to ask Rick Widener from Prime Meridian Bank to come up and say a few words.
Well, I was asked by the CEO of the bank, Sammy Dixon, to fill in for him tonight. Now I know why, because I don't want to be up here either. This is intimidating with the great coaches, the great people, the great tribute to a legend, an icon in the coaching ranks, and we love you, Bobby. Prime Meridian Bank, I'm not going to spend much time because we do want to hear Bobby talk, but it's a local bank formed by a local board of directors, born in 2008, has grown to $500 million in size organically. We're very proud of our team there. Please, if this is a commercial, please drop by the bank and experience it. I think you'll say, hey, this is the kind of personal attention banks are failing to give these days, and we are very proud of our team. So with that, I did have a little story about my personal relationship with Bobby Bowden, which is very brief, and I'm gonna be very brief. 40 years ago, I was at a picnic at a booster's house with the football team, Coach Bowden, and some big boosters at a neighbor's house. And I show up and I'm like, what am I doing here? You know, I didn't know anybody. They were big boosters. I think my neighbor felt sorry for me and had me over. And I'm sitting there on the couch watching Ron Simmons and that team destroy the Gators on a replay. And Coach Bowden certainly doesn't remember this, but he disengaged from a group, came over and sat by me, and that touched me. I mean, that was unbelievable, and I've never forgotten it, and I love you, Coach.
We have one video that I overlooked that we gotta get in, and then we're gonna have Coach. We had one of his, the production crew, hopefully they haven't left the room. We've got a video from one of your good friends, and might even have spent a few nights with you on his honeymoon with you and Miss Ann. Anybody know who that is? All right. Are we ready for Lou Holtz? Let's go.
Congratulations, St. Bobby Bowden, on the fact that the Tallahassee QB Club is recognizing you. Our friendship goes back to the spring of 1961 when you, Burt Reynolds, visited the Iowa campus and I was your host. Our friendship endured over all these years. As a matter of fact, Beth and I even spent part of our honeymoon with you, Ann, and your 5 children. You've always been a class act in every single respect. And I'm an old man now, Bobby, but I can honestly say this. I've never heard anybody say a negative word about Bobby Bowden. Everything is always positive. And I fall into that classification as well. You're a great coach, great father, great husband, but a greater human being. I say this in all sincerity. When the bank asked me to list my assets, I start with my friendship with Bobby Bowden. Enjoy the evening. Sorry I can't be there, but I wasn't invited.
Please welcome, standing ovation for our guest of honor tonight, head coach Bobby Bowden.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, I've had enough. Don't y'all ever sleep? You know what I was thinking? I've had so many nice things said about me today. I was thinking, what if I died and went to hell? Back in 1982, it was in December. We were going to play in a bowl game in January. We had about a month to practice. I'm sitting at the house one night, probably about 8 o'clock. I get a long-distance phone call. Burt Reynolds, he's out in California. He and I had become real good friends when I became the head coach at Florida State. And we got to talking, and finally he got around to why he called me. Coach, I don't like our uniforms. This is true. I said, I don't like them either. He said, well, let's get some more. I said, Bert, those things cost money. We'd have to buy 150 pair if we started all over. We just add 20 pair a year and keep going. You know, I'll pay for it. Ooh, this before we met, you know who. So anyway, I go see our athletic director, Hootie Ingram. Hootie, can a booster buy uniforms? Oh yeah, it's okay. So I called Bert up and said, Bert, you can do it. So he did. So he and I designed our uniform. We called about the gold pants, let's get gold pants. We called about the garnet jerseys trimmed in white and garnet. And then we came up with a gold helmet with a spear on it, you know. A lot of that was his thinking and mine. And so anyway, we got the new uniforms. Okay, now we'll go to 1988. Same situation. We're playing in a bowl. December, I got a month to practice. I get that long distance phone call. Bobby, this is Burt. And we got to talking, let's get some new uniforms. I said, Burt, I like the ones we got. We hit the field nowadays, everybody knows who that is. That's Florida State. You know, he said, well, let's get some white ones. Now, he wanted white ones because that's what he wore when he played at Florida State. They wore white, you know. And so anyway, he's going to pay for it. Okay, so we buy a brand new white uniform, you know. And we wore them in several of our ball games after that. Then let's go to 2006. We're playing Alabama in Jacksonville, Florida. Burt many times would come to a Florida State game. He'd fly into Tallahassee. He'd come by my office. Sue would let him in there. We'd lock the door where all the gals couldn't get in there. And he and I'd sit and talk and joke. Now, Burt, as you saw him in a movie, that's him. I mean, he just acted himself, boy. You know, not many people enjoyed life more than he did. But he'd come in my office, we'd sit and shoot the bull. And, but before that, he had said again, when he called me in 2006, Coach, let's get some more uniforms. Burt, we don't need any more dead uniforms. Man, we got white, we got black, we got gold, we got garnet. We got every color you got. We don't need any more. He said, well, I want to do something for the boys. I'm going to send you $50,000, and whatever your boys need the most, I want you to get it for them. I said, okay. So he sends me $50,000. All right, then now we go to the ball game. He flies into Jacksonville, comes by. I take him down to the middle of the field. Can't let him get outside the fence side. They'll eat him up. You know, he'll be signing autographs all day. Can't watch a game. So we're out in the middle of the field, and what he wants to do is look at our boys and see what he bought them. You know, so he's standing there. We're sitting there talking, and one of our players runs by. He says, "Oh, did you get those new helmets? You get them new helmets?" No, same old helmets we've worn. Another guy runs by. "Oh, got those shoes. Did you get those shoes? Is that what you got?" "No, that ain't what I got." You know. Another guy runs by. "How about that helmet?" "Oh, I bet you those helmets you bought them." "I didn't buy no helmet." He said, "Well, what in the world did you get them?" "I told you get them whatever you think they needed most." I said, "I did. I gave it to the officials." I told that in Birmingham with Saban when he got Coach of the Year award up in Birmingham. One of my favorite stories about Burt Reynolds, though, my favorite. Back when I first came to Florida State in '76, boosters could recruit. Alumni could recruit. Nowadays, nobody can do anything, man. It's illegal. Oh, man, the coaches, you can't use any help. But back then, I could take Burt Reynolds with me. You know, we'd go visit. So this is probably about 1978 or something like that. And I was trying to recruit this football player up in Ohio. Great back. And so I called Burt. "Hey, Burt, how about going up to Ohio with me? We'll fly up and recruit this boy. It's just him and his mother. He doesn't have a dad, so it's just those two. While I work on the boy." You talk. I didn't say work on the mother. I didn't say that. I'll work on the boy. How about you talking to the mama? Okay, you know. So, okay, boy, you know, so he and I fly up to Ohio. We go by to see the boy in his house. You know, we're sitting there around the living room, and I'm spending my time talking to that boy about Florida State. Bert's talking to the lady, you know, making friends with her. And then we go out to eat supper. You could take out supper back in those days. So we go out to a restaurant, we buy supper, and I'm sitting there talking to the boy, and he and the mother dancing. They're dancing out on the floor, you know. And so anyway, That went on for about a week. Yeah, there was no time limit back in those days either. But to make the story short, we ended up losing that boy. He went to Notre Dame. Mother came to Florida State. If that had been a true story, that's probably what would have happened to you. But anyway, it's I love old Burt. He invited Ann and I and Sue down to his birthday, on his 80th birthday, and we had a chance, a nice visit with him. And 2 years later, he dies, and I miss him. I really miss him. Rick Bronner, I know they introduced stand-up in just a minute. The Bowden Dynasty film, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but this is a guy, the producer was John Corey, who went to Florida State, but he was a fraternity brother with Rick. Rick's the one that paid for that dadgum thing. But anyway, Rick, I want to appreciate you doing that. Yeah? Appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Oh, I was going to tell you how I got introduced to Florida State. Ann and I always coached. I played small college. I went to Alabama when I finished high school. But back in those days, if you were married, you couldn't have a scholarship. Well, Ann and she talked me into marrying her. So she and I married while I'm a freshman there. After all, she was 16. I said before, it's kind of an Alabama thing. That's just something we got going on over in Alabama. So anyway, Ann and I get married, so they take no scholarship. So I transferred back up to Birmingham, go to Sanford University, which used to be Howard College, and Ann came to school with me. And anyway, that's how my career started, and I finished up there at that school, and I forgot what I was going to say. Let's get another story, okay? I was going to tell you how I went to Florida State. So I ended up playing at a small college. Back in those days, you didn't have all these divisions. I mean, you had NCAA football, then you had NAIA and small colleges. And I played for a small college, played 4 years. And so then when I got out, they told me if I'd get my master's degree, they would hire me there as assistant football coach. So I went off and got my master's, came back. I was assistant football coach, small college. I coached there 2 years. I got a call from South Georgia College. President called me, Coach Bowden, would you be interested in a head football job? Yeah, I'd be interested in a head football job. And he said, well, come down and visit. So Ann and I drive down to South Georgia College, and I interview with the president. He said, well, you're going back home now, and I'll call you next week because I want to interview a couple more people. Well, he called us and said, the job is yours. Head football, athletic director, and basketball coach. I hadn't told that story yet when people didn't laugh. They laughed at that about basketball. I had no business coaching basketball and didn't play it and didn't know anything about it really. And so I coached.